Hello everyone, welcome in. My name is Jane. If you're new here, um, I'm just going to get right into it today. I've been advised to come here and bring a message. So I've been receiving the number 1134, 1134. So that number, it's a really highly spiritual, powerful message from the angels. And they're saying here that the divine realm wants you to know that you are in a period of spiritual growth and transformation and alignment. And with that, it's to bring a deeper connection with your higher self and the ascended masters. And when you're seeing this number, this is just to let you know that this is a sign that you are being guided towards your soul's mission. So I guess this is for people that are on their soul's mission, I guess. Number 1134 is also linked to manifesting and to maintain a positive mindset. So we're going to get right into it and find out what spirit wants me to deliver today. And that's the only information I have. So normally they give me a much bigger and detailed download prior to me doing a reading, but today they just want me to read the cards. Okay, so you want to start with this deck, Spirit? Okay. All right, so they're asking me to bring out a few cards here. And I literally have no idea what this reading is about or what message they want us to know. One more, Spirit. On the bottom, ooh, a Seraphim's gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Just like I was talking about there with that 1134 number. I am presence. Look at that. Light body activation, accessing the divine within. That's exactly what I just said, that you're in a period of transformation and spiritual growth and alignment. Okay, so they're bringing in a light body activation here. They didn't tell me this. The Akashic records, no joke, clearing old stories and releasing past lives, freedom. Oh, wow. See, this is all that that shadow work and stuff that's being done. Okay. And the Seraphim gateway. Look, Palladian activation underneath. Spirit, you want that. Yeah, because, oh my God, because of what's going on. Okay, so when I saw this card, the first thing I got when I saw coming together, harmony in the heaven, resolution, this also is talking about what's going on the earth. It's talking about, I don't know if that's what this card talks about in the book, but the download I'm getting is that this is because, the Palladians were trying to give me a message last night, and I was trying to go to sleep, and I was literally up all night because I couldn't sleep. I should have just got up and let them deliver the message. Karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. This is the manifesting that they're talking about. Rewrite your story. Okay, so what I was getting here with this Palladian activation, the information that they instantly downloaded to me was that because there's a lot of rebellion, I'm going to say, that's going on on the earth. Yeah. So there's a lot of places that I've been noticing have been, I don't know how to word it where I won't get banned. And they're just standing up and taking back their power. They're taking back their cities, their towns, their communities. Yeah, they're taking back their communities. So with that, it brings all these activations and open gateways and clearing of the old stories, releasing these past lives. It's bringing the people to freedom. And see, now these, I almost want to say external energy. So I'm just going to just go with it. These external energies of like the Pleiadians and the Lyrians and all the others in between and beyond, the galactic, I just refer to them as the galactic um, community, or and so this is why you're going through so much of an alignment and a transformation. They're activating the light body, and it's happening to, I heard, millions of people, and they're going to be able to, like, it's going to help them to access the divine within them. Clearing up these old stories and releasing all these past lives. It's the only way to get to the manifesting. So you have this voice activation, then angelic attunement, and a divine support. And that actually, because they gave me that 1134, and with that, like the double ones there, like that's like new beginning times too. You know what I mean? So and then because like there's two and it's like coming together, and like three represents like all that creativity and communication, and and then you have like four represents like stability and foundations, and spirit. It's a beautiful thing. It really is, that humanity is like waking up to a degree that we're going to be able to experience all these beautiful things. And the fact that right now all these cards are these beautiful activation, color, light. It's beautiful. Okay, Spirit, where do you want me to go from here? Okay, so they're asking me to bring out this one deck here, and they want me to set this card aside. All right, Spirit. I've seen the snake before I started this reading too. They showed me a card with a snake. So I don't know if that's just because, the humanity is finally shedding. It's on the bottom. Earth, home. Exactly. That's exactly what I was just talking about. On the earth and the stars, navigation, spirit. Isn't that funny how like the card I picked out is the stars, and the bottom card is the earth? Because I'm going to tell you that when humanity wakes to a higher degree, they're going to need the stars. The stars are going to be needing to bring in like a navigation. What they're talking about, I believe, here is about, I believe this card has, I mean, I don't know what the book says, but what I'm reading from this card is that the beings that have been in our system, in our universe for millennia, we will need to look to them to be able to bring peace and love to the entire world, to the entire earth. Yes, to resonate with the earth in a new way of being. Yes, spirit, because the like humanity has not ever lived in pure love and compassion. So I believe that these races, galactic races, are going to help teach us on how to care for the earth, how to live with the earth, how to resonate with the earth, and all the beings on the earth. Because, people don't want to admit, that all the animals that are on the earth, that they are literally sentient beings. So a sentient being, feels, loves, cares, has compassion. And, like if you've watched anything in the animal kingdom, and, like those shows, I mean, I grew up watching those shows because that's really like TV was very limited for me as a child. And we watched shows about nature and the animals and how they interacted. And, that's something I just continued to do my whole life because I'm very fascinated with animals and their behaviors. And I've noticed a lot in the past year, well, before that, true, but, um, mostly in the past year that, I can recall it and bring into my memory is, animal species that are intermingling, interconnecting. Um, I'm sorry, I'm really distracted because I have this little unicorn. Those rings when you had like mood rings when you were a kid? I have this little unicorn one, and it's always black when it's not being touched. And it's literally glowing green on the inside. I need to show you. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's green, like it's still black, but it's like the solid green, like, and it's telling me, it's reminding me about all the heart and the love. And, yes, I did see a vision of a unicorn the other day, though I didn't think it had anything to do with this. I just, now that that is lighting up green, I remember that unicorn brought a message and said to me that they are helping to assist with the heart. And I believe like all these realms are, joining together. They're all coming together. All these galactic beings are coming together. And I believe that is what is on the atlas, that 3-1 atlas. um this is a really profound message, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I lit a candle earlier, and before I started this reading, actually. And the flame, every now and again, it like jumps like 2 and 3 inches high, and then it'll settle down, and then it jumps high. So it's, I just feel like it's feeding off the energy that is on the earth now. Like it's almost like we're getting these like blasts of light with all these like the light codes from the sun. Oh my goodness, spirit. I don't even know where to go from here. I don't even know what I was talking about before this, before I got distracted with the unicorn. I just believe like I can feel all the energies um joining forces is what I heard. I I've been bringing in a lot of messages from the different galactic beings, the sentient beings. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Spirit. And it talks about, like I was talking about, like all the animals and how they've been interacting and intermingling. And, like, some, I just literally this morning watched videos of animals that bring wild animals home. So there was like dogs that just are out and they bring home like a possum, or there's like a koala bear on its back, or they bring home a bear, or they bring home deer. Like it's just hilarious. And then, I watched this really cool thing about whales and orcas, and it was just completely amazing and beautiful. And I don't know. Anyway, it's, it's happening a lot in the earth. Like these animals are all sentient beings, and a lot of places have agreed that they are, because even airlines agree that dogs and cats and birds and all those things are sentient beings. So, moving on, Spirit, what do you want me to? Okay, what's that now? They want me to bring out a bird card now that I just brought up birds. Okay, so you could be seeing birds. You could be finding feathers. You could be, you could be seeing rainbows. Yeah. You could be somebody that keeps track of the stars. You might resonate as being a star being, a star seed. Yes. Oh, they flipped a card over here. What is this? A secretary bird. Be rid of your enemies. You know, this is what's going on with the earth here. This is what, like these energies that are, oh my God, and a snake. I was just talking about a snake. Spirit, look at this. Ruby-throated hummingbird. Take courage, and the world will reward you with bounty. And this is what they're talking about, like all that freedom that comes with the world coming together, that's allowing these beings, spirit, ruby-throated hummingbird, and they're talking about this voice activation here. There's something here they want me to read about this. What is that deck? Is there even a book with that? Oh yeah, there's a book with that. Oh, here it is. Secretary bird. I don't know. I've never even looked these up before, so I don't know if secretary these now. But oh, there it is. Secretary bird. Here we go. Okay, secretary bird strides speedily across the African savanna. At first glance, she seems as demure as the perfect clerk secretary. Her crest of individual feathers, reminiscent of the quills these long ago Victorians placed behind their ears. I did not know that. But Secretary Bird is far from demure. She stomps fearlessly through grassland, seeking fearsome snake and wily lizard. And when dangerous snakes emerge from cover, Secretary Bird is ready. Snake is dispatched with a kick and a stomp and devoured whole. Enemy drone, always with enemy. Okay, I need to get my magnifying glass. Words are so little. Enemy done away with and dinner acquired in one clever coup. Spirit. That's what I was talking about before I brought that card out. I was talking about how the world was coming together. Wow, spirit. There are times to offer the olive branch of peace, and times to do so can only lead to disaster. Secretary Bird has stomped into your cards to advise that the time for parleying is over. Instead, say goodbye to undetermining lovers and let scheming work colleagues and enemies disguised as friends know that you are putting them firmly and unequivocally at a distance. Wow. And this is what that's what they're talking about. And then, you know what? That's funny. That's really funny because this hummingbird, what do they want to put this hummingbird? They keep drawing me back to the hummingbird. Ruby. Yeah, this is because the world is like they're taking the world back. Yeah. And there's evidence of it. I know it's not on mainstream media, but it's out there if people want to investigate it. Okay, but I don't even know how these are done. Is alphabetical order or what? To look it up here on this index. Ruby throated. I don't use my cards, so I don't really know. Like I don't use them like page 62. Let's see if I can find it in the index. Jeez. Probably would have been better off just flipping through the thingies. It probably would have popped out faster. What was that page number again? 62. There's 30 on that. My God, my eyes are blurry this morning. Okay. Where are we? I was just in this and it wasn't. I couldn't find it here. What is the name of that bird? Ruby-throated hummingbird. Maybe it's just under hummingbird. Yeah, it was too. That was weird. Page 48. Oh, there it is. No, it was actually page 47. In the index, this is 48, but it's actually 47. Ruby-throated hummingbird. Okay, what is it here? When chill winter approaches tiny hummingbird's eastern seaboard home, she does not stay, ruff her feathers, and complain of dwindling nectar. Instead, her heart beats 500 times a minute. She makes a non-stop 500-mile crossing of the Gulf of Mexico, flying above and between in every fearsome waves. Her reward? To flourish on the nectar of 1,000,000 glorious blossoms and to add to the bounty of life by pollinating them. It is so human to stay in unfruitful situations and uncongenial places out of fear, when in our heart we know change is needed. Not making a decision is a decision in itself, a decision to stay. If months, even years of your life are passing in futile complaint, then tiny hummingbird, she weighs but a tenth of an ounce, has come to set you a courageous example. Consider her wisdom and make it your own. No joke. And that's what they're talking, like I was talking about how the world is coming together, and that's exactly what's going on. That's literally what's going on. Wow. Cool. I love it when I just what they're doing here for me today, I believe, is because they didn't want to give me a pre-download, but they just wanted me to see if I could pick up on the energy. I think it's just they are testing to see if the light body activations and the attunements and that they're doing and the alignments that they're doing for me right now, is basically to prove to me that they are actually, working. I'm going to put it that way. Okay, so let me move this deck here. So you want this one here. So they're asking me to bring up this one. Look, summoning power, instinct, intellect, control. Control. Look at that. And you get the two white wolves there too, right? And I was talking about that 1-1 and how it comes like together. It's that moon and, bringing in this moon energy too. Look, moon again. Shamanic journey, number 23, brings a 5. Wow, spirit. And I noticed 14 is also a 5. Purpose, attunement, vision, quest. Also they so we have number 37 with the stars of navigation here, and like it's a 37, also a 10, and then I noticed that they're bringing out a lot of 5s, so you have 5 5 and then 10, so you could be seeing like 10 10 5 5 1 1, number 34, number 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here they're saying, miracles, ancient wisdom. Let's throw another card here, spirit. So they just want to, whoa, I was going to say they just want to show me something, and miracles flipped over again. They just wanted to show me something, is what they said. Precognition, psychic ability, future vision. See, this is what they were, what I was just talking about. Like they wanted to test to see where I am, and balance, stability, standing firm. Oh, look at that. It's number 40. Also, that number 4 is also about the balance, right? And the stability. But this is the precognition that that I was just telling you about, actually. Funny spirit. All right, what else do you want here? This one, okay. So there's something that they're just trying to. I don't know if anyone's going to resonate with this message, but I guess it's about the whole world. So how could you not, right? Oh my God, a change in the wind. And when I took this deck down and I split it and I saw that and I was like, yeah, changes in the wind, all right. And I was like, what's the chance of you bringing that card out? And sure enough, they did. Okay, so I guess they want this one too. Peace. Exactly. Because it's going to bring peace. Look, number 23 again. Look, 23 and 23. The shamanic journey, purpose, attunement, vision quest. Oh my goodness. And this dove. Oh, look, and they're even the olive branch. She's got a little olive branch. And didn't I just read something about the olive branch? Oh, this card. They're just saying, like, nope, we're not going, there's no more olive branch. Oh my God, look at number 34, a leg up. Look, and you know how I was just talking earlier? That's funny. And look, there's even a little star there. And I was talking about how dogs are bringing animals home on their backs. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in this, but you have your polar bear, you have the baby, but here there's I don't know if that's a wolf or a polar bear face. It's almost like there's this spirit, there's spirit guides, and there's stars like literally on the ground here and on the polar bears. Again, we're all from the stars. Spirit. Amazing. Is there anything else here? Yin, the female energy, number 2. Yeah, the number 2 again. They're coming up with 2 again. You even have you have a horse here, or even could be a unicorn, perhaps. No, I think it's just, and it's white too. You notice that they brought up, this is how that it's really angelic because, and it's coming from the divine because they showed us 2 white polar bears. They've showed us, the 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 number 2 twice. They're showing us like you have the horse and then you have the zebra, though I know a zebra is not a horse, but it is like shaped like a horse. I don't think it's part of the horse family though. And then like where they have like the dove here and it's white as well, like those are really angelic type um animals. Oh my goodness, I just split it on number 4, higher power. Yeah, I think they're bringing an activation for you. Like, okay, let's see what else is going on here. One of these. Oh my goodness, they just told me to look at the bottom of this deck here, and it's a deck I didn't bring out. It's number 41. Again, another 5. So you could be seeing 555. Or you notice how number 14, and then you have 41, and how it it's like mirroring itself. Okay, so this is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. This is the this is all the activations that are going on, the awakening that is happening on the earth. Yeah. Um okay. So the 7th chakra. Do you want this? Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle. Okay, Spirit, what do you want here? No joke, they brought out the world again. So you have the world card, earth, and then you have the world again. Oh my goodness, and underneath that, look, it's contract. the balancing of the scales, just like I was talking about um how the people are coming together, and that's bringing like a harmony in the heavens, and a resolution is coming because of that. This contract is coming to an end. It's coming to be balanced. Oh my goodness, look, in community on the bottom, number 7. I'm saying you could be saying number 7. Spirit. Because oh wow. Yeah, it's definitely coming to an end. This whatever they have, the like the people that have been in power for so long. And I did a reading yesterday actually, and in that reading they brought up about, or they had me bring up about, um how like the masculine has been ruling the earth for a really, really long time, and how that balance needs to come in. The thinking woman, I just split it. Look, number 47. So you have 37, you have 47, which again, it could be another 10. There because the masculine has been running the earth for such a long time, and it's created an imbalance. And you'll see here that she has like all these books. Women are very educated and very intuitive in many different aspects of life, and have not been given that credit for that intelligence that has been given to them from the divine. The divine has brought in female and male, for a reason, because each one has their own qualities. And then from there, of course, we branch off into individualistic um, personalities, right? And then you even have this like little butterfly here. This is just going to be like a complete change. Like, this is like the whole world is transforming right now. The entire world is transforming, and it's going to transform into peace. The changes in the wind, there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it now. That snake, it's just, I don't even know what to say, right? I just want to laugh. I just truly want to laugh. Spirit, you're so funny. I love when they do this. Okay, so they wanted me to actually bring out, this is a new deck that I haven't used in any reading. And oh, look at that. Look, it's Nettle on the bottom with another snake. Is that a blood moon? Hold on. I thought I ordered a big full size deck, and then I realized it was a mini one. I was so upset myself because I really, really wanted these cards. I think that's a blood moon. That's a blood moon. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, Nettle, number 21, action. Yeah, the people are finally taking action. I'm going to have to order a big deck now because I really like these cards. Really beautiful. All right, so what is the message here that you want to give us? Spirit. Lemon balm, number 52 or 7. Nurture. Oh my goodness, and it's the bee. And they're bringing out the community. That's what bees are all about. Bees are all about community and working together and creating. Oh my goodness. And I swear, as um okay, I'm gonna put that there. Lemon balm. There's something there. Lemon balm is all about like healing and things like that. Well, Passion flower, number 43, surrender. And we were seeing the number 34, 34, and now we have 43. Again, that's that mirroring again. So something, you could be mirroring somebody, or somebody's mirroring you, or you're getting a reflection back about, there's something to do with the reflection. I don't know what that is. Reflection. Yeah, you know what? Because there's number 12 here. And also there was a card that came out that was number 21. The nettle card was 21. So that's mirroring times 3. Hmm. There's a lot of wisdom coming in with this reading here. What else do you have here? Cocoa. Foresight. Spirit. Oh my goodness. And another white horse. Horsetail number 35. Patience. Yeah, this is like that, the seed. I think that has to do with like planting seeds or something. Okay, so they want me to read this lemon balm. I don't know what that's about here. I don't know if they're in alphabetical order or they're numbered or how it goes. I've never used these cards before. I can order a new deck now because lemon balm. Wow, these words are, look how tiny this book is. Like, holy, somebody that has no eyes. Oh my goodness, look, it's Earth Mother. Access to the ways of the earth. Planetary guardian. Balance of feelings and emotions and nurturance. No joke, Spirit. That's everything that we were just talking about. Yeah. Wow. Let's see if there's anything here. There's a guidance. It says here, give yourself permission to mother the deepest core of yourself. Listen to your inner child. Retrieve the unconscious parts of your past. Forgive yourself and liberate the inner child that has remained silenced. Lemon balm assists us in reconnecting to the gentle power of nurturance. Her soft and gentle touch reminds us to connect to the Great Mother in all her shapes and forms. The medicine of honeybee is here to serve you, prompting you to ask yourself, where can I soften and receive? How can I access my inner child to access great wholeness? Honeybee symbolizes the magic of nectar, vitality, prosperity, and the great inner and outer wealth that is ahead. And that's why they said 1134 is linked to manifesting and to maintain that positive mindset. And they're talking about how she's like Earth Mother, and they brought up Earth like 3 times here. Like they literally brought out like the I, I don't even know what to say. I mean, you have your sun energy here, you have the moon, you have the earth times 3, you have like, when I was talking about how the earth was evolving and people are starting to band together and take back their communities and things like that. Wow, spirit. I didn't know this reading was going to go this way. So we know what home is. So we're going to put home here and we're going to put the stars here. And I'm going to read that number 37. Number 37. I'm pretty sure this just talks about like where we're from, the stars, I would think. The message. How are you navigating through your life? Are you winging it? Or do you have your life planned out with little or no room for variance? What sources do you rely on for the choices you make? You're beginning to see how your way of navigating through life has had its pitfalls and limitations, and are feeling the urge to change your way of operating. like your long ago ancestors. Oh my goodness, because they were talking about the deep connection with your higher self and the ascended masters. Because, really people don't believe that, but your ancestors really are the ascended masters too, right? Okay, so um, I have to read this again. Like your long ago ancestors who learned to navigate their individual and communal lives with the various elements and spirits of nature, it's time for you to shift to direct your awareness to the signs and omens so abundantly available from spirit, especially the spirits of nature. And and I was talking about that, how the animals were all like the animals like know they have that compassion and they for each other, and even though like they have to like sometimes consume each other for life, I mean they still have that ability, right? Because they're sentient beings. And that's brought this up a few times here. I didn't even know that this was going to be about this, but I really nabbed that, right? Your mind is so busy all the time that it starts to think it's in charge. Remind yourself your ego is not supreme by tuning into the spiritual guidance available to you just outside your door. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Remind yourself that your ego is not supreme by tuning in to the spiritual guidance available to you just outside your door. When whatever other sources in the natural world you find useful direction from, make it a point to experience the astounding reminder of the benevolent universe in which we live by lying under the stars and listening closely to what they're telling you. And if you happen to see a shooting star, go ahead and make a wish and see if it comes true. Yeah, it's all about your belief. Like I don't even know what to say. Spirit, is this all? They said, yes, this is all. So I don't know if I passed. I don't know. I don't know how this works, but I believe that I received an activation, and I'm pretty sure that you've received one too, because Spirit would not have me record this. So if you're seeing this video is also for you. I Before I did this, I set the intention for this video to find the people that were ready for it, and that it was meant for. So with that, I am going to, if you've made it this far in the video, if you could hit the like button, the share, and hit the subscribe and the notification, and you'll receive more messages from Spirit. Um, and with that, I'm going to send you all my love and light, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.